Within a quarter hour, every officer in Yulin's army had gathered in the main lodge as news swept the compound about Berenger. When the battle lord strode into the hall to give them their orders, he was aware of the figure standing before the fireplace with a devastated look on her face. He took a deep breath and turned to face his men. Berenger is under siege from the Bloods. They need reinforcements, and they need them now. I'm taking 100 men in full battle armor. Maston, you're staying here. Sir? The second was stunned to hear his orders. I need someone I can trust to guard Altanovis. With my forces depleted, it'll leave this compound a ripe target for takeover if the Bloods decide to redirect their attack. Inadvertently, his eyes swept back to the figure by the fireplace, and Maston followed his glance. Immediately, the second realized the battle lord wasn't just trusting him with the safety of the home compound. He was trusting him with his most cherished possession, Addie and their unborn son. The second grimly nodded. Gripping the pommel of his sword, Yulin added in a harsher tone, "This is a rescue mission. It will also be an extremely dangerous one. Let the men know first consideration will go to those who volunteer. The rest will be chosen by my lieutenants. Get your gear ready and be ready to leave before the hour. Dismissed." That gave everyone a little more than half an hour to prepare and be saddled. Yulin watched his men hurry out, leaving him alone with a small handful of people scattered about the huge hall. Slowly, he turned to face his wife. The caustic retribution he expected from her was swift and heated. "You promised me you would never leave me," she spat through gritted teeth. Her face was pale, her eyes glittering with anger and unshed tears. "And I told you my first duty would always be to this compound," he calmly responded. The bile in his stomach could not compare with the venom she was unleashing at him. Addie wasn't as furious as she was terrified. They both knew it. From the corner of his eye, he caught the figures of Fortune and Tori standing back in the shadows, waiting and watching, fearful for the both of them. "And you expect me to just sit here, with the agony of not knowing what's happening to you eating at my heart, while you're out there facing God knows what?" Addie cried softly. She was clutching the edges of her coat, as if she were freezing. Yulin started to walk toward her when the import of what she'd said slammed into his brain, and he gasped. In a dark voice he ordered, "You're staying here, Addie. You're not coming after us." Her reply was a stony stare. Yulin could feel the heat of his anger flooding his face and neck. "I forbid you!" Still, she remained silent, except for the slight upward tilt of her chin. She was daring him, and her audacity for the first time in their marriage grated on him. "Promise me you will not follow us once we leave." Blue-gray eyes challenged blue-gray eyes. The air between them sizzled with tension. Behind her, the fireplace crackled and hissed, throwing sparks into the air, giving Addie's figure an almost ethereal halo of fire. Realizing that force would not persuade her, Yulin tried a different tactic. "Addie, why would you even consider coming along? Why would you even risk our son?" "You need me," she whispered. "I need you safe," he immediately argued back. "I need to know you're here, alive and safe and waiting for me. I need my mind clear of any worry about you, so I can concentrate on what I need to do to save my compound and my people." "And who'll watch your back?" she demanded tearfully. "Who watched my back before I found you?" he challenged in return. "My men are very capable of backing me up. It's what they've been trained to do. You, on the other hand—" "Do you honestly think I can sit here day after day and do nothing?" she cried out to him. "I want your word, Addie. Give me your word you'll remain in Altanovis." "I can't,"